I think it's fair to say that we all have little tricky areas of the house that are underutilised. Like this hallway, at the moment it's kind of a thoroughfare. The owners, well, they're sort of using it as a study nook. So I want to give this space its own personality, and I reckon I can do that simply by using colour. Painting is one thing, but for many, choosing colour is a whole different ballgame. You know, my best advice is to always work with colours you've already got. That way you'll create a more harmonious environment. The owners here, well, they love their grey, and they've also just recently laid this beautiful chocolate brown floor, so we want a palette that works really well with those. So the plan is, for the feature wall, I've gone for this gorgeous colour called Modest Mauve. This is a fairly narrow hallway, and in actual fact, I want to push this wall out and make the space feel bigger. I can do that simply by using colour. Although I've chosen mauve, it's a fairly cool shade, and it's worth knowing that cool colours recede or kind of push out, and warm colours advance. So this is perfect for the back wall. It'll make the space feel a lot deeper, yet for the side walls, by going for that warmer shade of mauve, it'll bring them in and make the place feel cosy. And if you're still feeling overwhelmed with colour, there is plenty of help, either online or in store. I want to show you a relatively easy way to build your own home office furniture. So a floating shelf from wall to wall is ideal in this situation because we can basically cantilever it right across and just have some storage that floats under one end. Now, to balance out the whole look, what I need to do is actually create either a shelf or a cabinet up above, but continue that line across here and just make a long open shelf. So the first thing I need to do is just grab some measurements, then I can start building. Building a streamlined desk needn't be as difficult as it seems. You just need a solid base to work with. I've got beech. Now you can buy this in solid panels. I'm using 3 all up, so it's pretty good value. I've already had these cut down to size. All you need to do is just use your cordless drill to connect everything together. When you're drilling clearance holes, there are a few things you need to remember. It's good to work on a solid surface. That way you don't blow out the back of the timber, so you get a nice, neat finish. Also, it is a clearance hole, which means that the drill bit is slightly bigger than the screw itself. You can see here, it will just go in very, very neatly to the other side. It's a good idea to varnish first, and then when it's dry, just glue and screw everything together. Well, I think it's time we got these in place. Now what Scotty's doing here is installing some aluminium angle. This gives you a more streamlined effect than adding timber battens here, and what they do is offer support for these cabinets. Now we're going to fix them top and bottom so they'll be sturdy. Lucky for us, we've got a wall here at the side as well, which means we can actually screw directly into the walls. Okay. Normally you would have a standard 600 bench depth, but to allow for a chair, we've just shortened it a little and made it 500. Now to keep it open and airy up top and help balance things out, the depth of this is half of the 500. So we've got 250 in depth here, and for this smaller shelf, that's 125, half of that. So the whole thing just feels like it flows so neatly. It's easy to create your own abstract works of art with just ink, a paintbrush and watercolour paper. Great thing about it is you don't have to be skilled. You can just play, you can spray some water on it, you can let the ink bleed. It's actually very relaxing. And you can see all these different patterns appear, it's quite fun. Just wait until you see it all come together and framed. And the best thing is, it has your name on it all. So when you're choosing paint colours, you know, it's worth taking a bit of time just to get it right. You want to make sure that the colours you choose enhance the space, they don't argue with it. And I think as you can see here, we've got it just right.